And cost to American lives is what's in focus this hour. Republicans called on two moms who lost their children from the Biden border crisis. They wanted them to come to Capitol Hill. Watch their powerful testimonies.
Let's take a moment and think about how Kayla felt that day. How scared she must have been that day knowing that she was dying. Kayla fought for her life that day with all that she had. And in the end, she lost to an individual that wasn't even supposed to be allowed in the country.
Secretary Mayorkas's leadership, or lack thereof, fentanyl is an invasion. The weapon of mass destruction has caused unimaginable numbers of deaths, unmeasurable damage to our country's families, including my own. And he couldn't even be here to face me today. Whatever he's doing that is more important than facing me today, I don't know what that could be.
Fox News national correspondent Griff Jenkins is on Capitol Hill. Griff.
Harris, there's not a dry eye in this hearing, and the testimony of those two grieving mothers really brings home the human aspect, the true tragedy of this. And taking time to step out of the committee at this moment is Chairman Mark Green. Mr. Chairman, you heard the grieving testimony of these mothers, and yet Secretary Mayorkas is not here. Your thoughts?
Well, it was pretty, heartrending to hear those mothers describe the murder by an MS-13 gang member, basically. That one mother who lost her child to fentanyl wasn't even trying to take fentanyl. It was fentanyl-laced something else. There wasn't, as you said, a dry eye in the room. And these people came from all over our country. Ms. Dunn came from Arizona, all the way from Arizona. And Secretary Mayorkas can't come across the city. We've asked this guy, the secretary, 4 times to come and talk on this topic, border security, and he's refused every time. Well,
does it anger you, Congressman, that he's not here? One of those mothers blaming Mayorkas for the death of her daughter.
Yeah, it appalls me that he can't. And actually, the excuse that was given to me why he couldn't be here today was he had to meet with Mexican officials. This guy is prioritizing Mexico over the United States of America. One of these Americans came all the way from Arizona to be here to testify today, and he can't come across this city to tell us and explain about his policies, his violations of the law, his disregard for 4 court orders that have said cease and desist. He has basically failed his oath to defend the Constitution. We're talking 3 equal branches of government, and he has disregarded the laws passed by Congress, disregarded court orders, and he can't come over here and explain himself while that mother is in there sharing the story of how her child died at the hands of someone who was released at our southern border, just released, an MS-13 gang member, just released into the country. It's appalling. It's shameful. He should be ashamed. The people who are in there trying to justify him not being here on the other side of the aisle, they should be ashamed.
Well, you heard it there, Harris. A very emotional chairman here as this hearing gets underway. Now, this, of course, is not the actual articles of impeachment. That process will play out later, but this is the second and final hearing against Mayorkas, who is not here. Harris, we'll send it back to you.
Griff, thank you. Texas has rejected the Biden administration's demands to reopen, a public park to federal